Hi, welcome back channel, TrainStation2. Alright, I did expect first competition to be so tough. Really unfortunate, whereby there are really gem spenders in the team. It's of course a lot of hard work put into the play. Spend all the gems and precious resource like union dollars and whatnot. So still we couldn't manage to get first or second. So nonetheless, I think really grateful in the fact that we still managed to get top 3. Thinking about the number of reduced competition for this event, I'm not too sure. At this juncture, whether we'll be able to succeed in claiming that 1000 event coin legendary train. Still going to try my best, of course, to push it through. Meanwhile, the usual drills, we're going to upgrade the factory with additional slots, use the union dollars to boost the train's capacity. Of course, if you could spend a bit on upgrading the batch trains, that would be great. That will allow you to claim more of that precious raw materials. Back to this event itself, the maps you can see here, the tools is taking some time, that's for sure. But that being said, that's the usual practice. There'll be some 3 minutes raw materials, there'll be some 50 minutes. For this case, a lot of event items are being asked upon, means the event factory materials. So it's making it really tough. But remember, there are a total of 5 batch trains. Hopefully you've claimed all of them already, because while the first one is free, both of the rare cost a bit of coins. The 2 other common trains that you can see here cost a bit of the metal keys. So do save up on metal keys, don't use them unnecessarily. This is why you need them, basically for the events itself. So looking back into the events, you can see as usual there'll be a huge team of competitors. You really have to strategize in terms of how best you want to upgrade your trains. For me, my strategy is always upgrading the lowest capacity train, which is the common train first. Subsequently, then I'll spend to upgrade the rare trains. With that being completed, you basically working on the first challenge for sure. That's the event fleet upgrade. So that would cost you a fair bit, but nonetheless, that gives you a bit more of the EPA head start with that bonus there times 2. So that aside, there's something interesting this time around. The stamp gallery, something different, but I don't think the price is attractive enough. It is, if I'm not wrong, a total of just 20 gems. I would expect another 0 of 200 gems. I think that would be making things exciting. Imagine collecting all the stamps and yet the reward is just a mediocre 20 gems. So that really sometimes frustrates players like us, because it is just 20 gems for that much of an effort. So Pixel sometimes doesn't really appreciate or realize from the player's perspective when they design something new. They always come from their perspective of revenue optimization, and then of course with that the other angle is about player satisfaction. So they neglect a lot upon player satisfaction, and they just want to go fast forward to revenue generation, given the fact that probably have a good pool of players already. As you're aware, currently TrainStation2 is already out. I've not decided to download it yet. Probably going to observe a bit, because as usual, what's the point? Whereby we are still playing a TrainStation2, then going to start afresh with TrainStation3. Time being taken will be a lot, and I do not want to give up what I have been accumulated probably easily 5 years in TrainStation2 or so. So starting afresh in TrainStation3, maybe when I'm totally bored and frustrated with TrainStation2, then probably I move on to TrainStation3. Unlikely anytime soon, but I'm just going to focus on doing this. This time around, this event, I just find it a bit strange, because the competitions has been cut in terms of the number of competitions. I felt that the items, or basically the 1000 event legendary, would take a bit of effort to do. I'm not too sure is it the way to go, that they want to push towards only people that are paying. they managed to claim that train, whereas free to play, we will not be able to do so anymore. If that's the case, there could be one push factor why we are leaving TrainStation 2. So that aside, I really have to observe at the end of this event, what could we achieve out of it? Because we still have about 13 days at this juncture when I do the gameplay video. So if we just strategize ahead, if they always have this normal of 3 days and 2 days, probably four competitions or so, that's the end. And whether how do you accumulate 1000 event coin unless you get first every time, right? So that's a bit tough, given the fact that they're trying to squeeze in pay to win players into the team for competitions. That being said, I mean, end of the day, it really is up to you in terms of what you really enjoy of the game. So in this event itself, as usual, I always emphasize the importance of not being a pay to win, so that you can give up anytime you want, you're free to go. So that's besides the point. I mean, the other thing is about strategizing out as a free-to-play. It's about really strategizing your resource, a precious resource. I'm going to emphasize again your gems, union dollars, and gold, parts even. So all this comes into play. Gradually, you will learn that only in the first 3 competitions you need to put in resource, and then you're going to save up for future long events. But given the fact that you could cut the competitions, let's say from 6 to 4, how do we then strategize it? Because it may means that we could have put an effort in all 4 competitions, basically draining all resources in order to just have sufficient for the 1000 event coin. Then we could change our mindset in terms of why do we need that legendary train. If we don't really need that legendary train, we can play on our leisure. We could then exchange using the event coin for gold. I mean, that's only cost you 100, or parts and whatnot. So big boxes basically. So if that's what we're aiming for, then there's no really stress in playing TrainStation 2. But would that take away the challenging or the exciting part of playing competition totally? Because what's the point then? Then you must as well just focus on your region. But while we wish to progress further, there's a limitation. Like you can see, I'm really limited at 1099 levels. There's no more levels to go. That's the end of the level upgrading until they come up with another map, which is unlikely soon, given the fact they focus the resources into TrainStation 3. So that's also, like I said, another push factor to move on. The other thing is about region drops. I mean, here and there, they put a bit of region upgrades to the older region so that you get an extra bit more of things to do, but that's totally boring because it's nothing really fancy. It is just trying to create things to do for you without really adding to any fun factor. So that is again, like I said, the emphasis about revenue generation, or in a way cost cutting, but neglect the player satisfaction part of it. So all this comes into play in design, and of course that's the developer's business decision, but as a player, of course we do hope for more exciting features to go about. Back to the game itself, I mean, in this event, the algorithm behind the scene is so strong. None of the jobs will come easy. They'll be constantly asking for event factory material or finished products. So it just makes life so difficult for this event totally. So it is not an easy event to go with, accompanied with shorter number of competitions, but the same expectation of high event coin to exchange for legendary. It just makes the whole gameplay a bit strange. So and also I mean, coupled with the fact that this stamp is just for some visual effects, but it's useless, right? So that aside, competition or competitors are really tough. I count myself lucky, otherwise I could drop to 4 easily, but because I've drained out every single gem I could find. So they can see I'm left with 1 gem, right? So that's the end for the first competition, and thank you so much for watching. Do like and subscribe. Goodbye.